you're not better, forget about your past. Love that brother, no one is ever last. We're in this together, we're on the
I'm Ari, and I sing in Earth to Clark.
I'm Adam, and I play guitar and rap.
My name is Mark. I play drums in Earth to Clark.
My name is Blaine, and I play bass.
Emerging out of the Beloit, Wisconsin music scene, Earth to Clark began as a solo project of songwriter, rapper, and guitarist Adam Gazier, but soon evolved into a full-fledged band with a very clear mission.
I knew that my purpose was to serve people and to help people through my words and through my lyrics and through my music. So that's been kind of just always on the forefront.
I know the message, it is important for me, the message, what we spread and what we talk about. I just want to talk about real things that happen, real life, real connections that are made.
Adam began writing poetry at a young age, which would later evolve into the music of Earth to Clark.
I picked up an acoustic guitar and started to just teach myself how to play acoustic, and that was like about 16 or 17 years old. So that just acted in a way where I could put my lyrics to the guitar.
The focus of Adam's lyrics from the very beginning was the transformation from struggle and hardship into inspiration and empowerment.
Like, it's my therapy, it's my meditation as well. Like, it helps me also because sometimes I feel like I'm not writing this music, like it's almost just coming through me.
The first member to join Adam was drummer Mark Atkinson.
I was out at the White Bear that night trying to sell tickets for like the next weekend. We were playing that show. And I came up to Mark, and Mark was instantly just connected with him.
I was just gonna say, I don't remember when it was because after that night, we just hung out all the time, every day.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Shortly after meeting Adam at a local open mic night, vocalist Ariana would soon not only become his girlfriend, but eventually a key member of his band as well.
He was playing one of the songs off of our album, The Giving Tree. It's called The Lifeline, and I had just gone through a pretty bad situation, dealt with a lot of abuse, and the things that he said in that song I hadn't really heard anybody else talk about in music.
I was also in a pretty rough spot, and then she appeared in my life, and everything changed since then.
So the idea to have me in Earth to Clark was not my idea.
It was my idea, for sure. And she was like, I'm not joining your band. I don't want to be the girlfriend that joins my boyfriend's band.
I don't know, our voices just sounded so good together. And then we had this festival that the boys were going to play.
And the only way that she could get in for free is if she was part of the band.
I was a broke 24-year-old, so I was like, I want to go to this festival with my boyfriend. I was like, okay. So I learned 4 or 5 songs.
And then ever since then, she was part of the band.
As a few members of Earth to Clark came and went, bassist and longtime fan Blaine Weber was the last member to join the band.
I mean, I've been around the whole time listening to music.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, you should learn bass after I watched them go through a couple bass players. And I was like, yeah, I'm in.
We were just waiting for that to happen, I feel like.
Yeah, he was already part of it.
Not only are the members of Earth to Clark friends, but many of them were once roommates as well.
The manor happened because we were all either half homeless or homeless.
It was one of those things, I was saying before, with when we hung out, it was seamless. It was weird to commit to living with someone after only knowing them for a shorter period of time, but
with anything, there's balance, and you gotta find, there's ups and downs and there's struggles. So we have our beautiful moments where we're on stage and we catch each other's eye, and it's just it's in that moment, it's beautiful, you know? But then there's the times behind the scenes too, where it's you live together and you have children together. You have to tour together and have to add
so much time
schedules together and so it's there's also that struggle.
To be roommates, friends, and in a working band with someone, there was a lot of different facets to the relationship.
Yeah,
and
sure.
so I don't know, it just taught me more about human interaction and boundaries and where to, how it all works.
Want to kill them all the time.
I can't even. No, just kidding. No, it actually is like that.
The chemistry between the band members is undeniable, and as a result, has helped create their unique sound.
We definitely blend a lot of different sounds, as in like reggae, rock, hip hop, funk, a little bit of blues, I would say.
Man, it's definitely hip hop and like reggae, rock, funk.
Funktastic party-delic rock reggae with hip hop. What do you mean? That's exactly what we play.
Despite creating music that is both unique and powerful, Eartha Clark still had to work their way up to where they are today.
I remember going to shows and playing to like 2 people. And that, honestly, we had some of the most fun that we've ever had at those shows.
And we've just had like so many parties at the Clark Manor, with just hundreds of people and just like pictures flying off the walls and like just windows shaking and people spitting fire in our backyard.
Before long, the house parties and tiny shows gave way to larger venues with much bigger crowds.
Open for the Wailers at the rave, that was super cool. Because that was, there was places when I moved up here, I, would venture off on my own and go to shows at places in Madison or Milwaukee at the rave and stuff. And then, a couple years later, coming back to those places and playing shows was super cool.
Let's see.
We played a lot of festivals.
Jammin' Fest,
Midwest Sunsplash,
Fall Up, and Spring Up.
Ragged Roots.
The Darkening of the Sun.
Oh, that was really cool.
Portal was an epic experience. I remember that one.
Shangri-La.
Multiple Shangri-Las.
Bob High.
Tribal Vision. Yeah.
A lot of people branched off and trying to do, micro festivals and on their own property and things like that. So we played a lot of smaller, local, homegrown, festivals.
Among these homegrown festivals is one created by Eartha Clark themselves. Vibe High began as a birthday party for their band manager, but has since turned into something so much more.
We went from probably 50 people party to a 300 to 400 people festival. It's just a good thing, important to us for our community and get our community out there to enjoy this type of vibe that you might not get in the city and you might not get from your local rock concert or going to your local venue or something like that. It's a whole experience that we've created.
But their success didn't necessarily come easily or without their fair share of struggles.
Growing up in Janesville, I often was by myself, and during those times they were pretty dark. I ended up with, mixed up in drug scenes and just in places that I shouldn't have been.
I went through a lot of struggles and a lot of poverty, and it wasn't always easy, but there was so much beauty in it that inspired me to create the music that we create now.
Despite the hardships they have faced, Eartha Clark refuses to give up on their music and the message it carries.
It's so easy to be well, I have a kid, so I can't go play music, but you can make it happen. There's ways to get around it to where you don't have to give up doing what you love, You just have to put in the extra work and be willing to go that extra mile to continue to do what you love.
Don't give up, because no matter what, you're gonna have those highs and lows. And so if you're sitting at the 9 to 5 and wondering what your life would be like if you were chasing your dream instead, you're still gonna have your highs and lows while sitting at your office. It's just gonna suck worse because you're also not doing what you love.
And I'm feeling like you feel the same as me. Down I try